Hi, it's Timo. Welcome to Norwich City Central.
Hello everybody, Lewis, Norwich City Central. I hope you're all doing really well. I know I am. Match reaction from the game. Cardiff City 1, Norwich City 2. 24 games into the championship season, Norwich City are on 50 points. Who would have thought that at the beginning of the season, particularly after our poor start after the first 4 or 5 games. Norwich City in a brilliant position at the moment. Yes, we're in the January transfer window when there's always the threat of losing your best players, but by the looks of it, Norwich City, fingers crossed, are going to keep their best players and are in a brilliant position at the moment and are at the moment the best team in the Championship. Bournemouth, third place Bournemouth, lost 1-0 at home to Luton, and that means Norwich City go 8 points clear of the third place spot, and that's always the most important thing when you're trying to get to the Premier League. It's just getting yourself clear of third place, and really good to see Norwich City extend that gap to 8 points. And Norwich City were excellent today, particularly in that first half where we completely battered Cardiff, who are a decent team but are in really poor form. This is my match reaction. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. Get all your ideas and I will comment back to you in the comment section of this video. Norwich City, of course, playing on Wednesday night against Bristol and can go into that full of confidence. Yet again, another brilliant performance, defensively great, and did some really good stuff going forward. Going into this game against Cardiff, of course, the 24th game of the Championship season. That means we've played every single team once, and we of course played Cardiff back in December, not too long ago, and put in a really good performance, a 2-0 win over Cardiff, probably our best performance of the season, and the first half was absolutely excellent, scoring an early goal, and Norwich City kind of continued that trend of scoring early goals after those 2 early goals against Coventry in the FA Cup, and it was Grant Hanley, and it was from a header. Yes, you heard that right. Norwich City have scored from a corner. Norwich City have scored from a corner. Who would have thought we would see the day? I believe the last time we scored from a corner prior to this game, I'm pretty confident it would have been Man City, September 2019, which is almost a year and a half ago. Now, that is pretty bonkers not to score from a corner in a year and a half. Consider probably Cardiff, half of Cardiff's goals have probably been from corners and set pieces. Yeah, that is absolutely remarkable. I think I've got that right. I think the last time Norwich City scored from a corner was in that memorable game against Man City. And it was Grant Hanley as well. That was Grant Hanley's first goal for Norwich since August 2018. I think that goal was against West Brom. I think it was our first home game of the season. And Grant Hanley wins lots of headers, defending corners. He's been one of our best players this season, Grant Hanley. But at the other end, he's not really accurate with his headers. They always seem to go miles over the bar. But this one from a couple of yards, he couldn't miss this one. Buendia corner in, Mario Rancic with a really nice flick onwards. And Grant Hanley from a couple of yards just, basically bundles the ball home. And it's really good to see Grant Hanley get his first championship goal of the season. Coming into this game, Mario Rancic was in the number 10 role, and on that point, there's a lot of Norwich City injuries. Marcus Cheaperman, Josh Martin, I think, are ill. Kieran Dowell still out injured, and we've got players suffering from COVID as well. Tim Krul, Adam Eder suffering from COVID, and Ballymumba and Javi Quintilla as well. So there's a whole host of Norwich City injuries, but yet still, the quality of that starting 11 was brilliant. Dan Barden, of course, in goal, but still having Grant Hanley, Ben Gibson, Max Aarons, Oliver Skip, Buendia, Cantwell. A lot of our key players were still there. We're missing Krul, of course, a big player. Missing Timu Pukki through an injury, though it doesn't look like it's going to be a long-term one. But it shows the enormous breadth of quality throughout all these positions, which is absolutely brilliant to see. And Norwich City made it 2-0 with a fart ball goal. Dan Barden out from the back, who was our man of the match in the FA Cup, and put in a decent performance today. And good on the young lad. Out from the back, Grant Hanley runs the ball forward, passes to Mario Rancic. Kenny McLean has an opportunity to burst forward from the halfway line. He gets to about the final third of the pitch and puts the pass of the game, without a doubt, a brilliant, incisive through ball into Jordan Hugill. Poor defending from the Cardiff man, but a lovely pass into Jordan Hugill. Jordan Hugill's first touch is excellent, out of his feet, towards the goal, one-on-one with the keeper, and it's a brilliant save from the Cardiff goalkeeper, but then Todd Cantwell buries the rebound to give Norwich a 2-0 lead. And it was a brilliant fart ball from the back, from the goalkeeper, Dan Barden, and then right the way across the pitch. Jordan Hugill, who put in a good performance today, forces a good save from the keeper, and Todd Cantwell just rolls it home. And that's Cantwell's second goal of the season. His other league goal did come against Cardiff back in December, and Cantwell's someone who is Suffered from injuries this season. He's suffered from a little bit of criticism from fans, but he's still a top-class player. For me, Buendia and Max Aarons are more important to the team in terms of the youngsters, but Todd Cantwell's absolutely excellent, and I'm sure he's going to continue and have a really, really good season. I can see Cantwell getting close to possibly 10 goals. Maybe not that high, but I think I can see him getting 7 or 8 goals this season. Yeah, he's really starting to add goals to his game now in the Championship, which is great to see. And Norwich City were absolutely excellent in that first half. One of our best first halves. Jordan Hugo and Emi Buendia were linking up really well. And we went into half-time 2-0. Second half, we was a bit more lazy, a bit more laid back. It didn't quite have that incisive passing as we did in the first half. And Cardiff eventually got a foothold in the game and made it 2-1. And Norwich City's kind of a couple of clean sheets record is now gone. A ball in from the box. Norwich City failed to clear it, and Joe Rules puts it in. And on the topic of Cardiff, I was surprised by how poor they were going into the reverse fixture in December, as I spoke about. Cardiff were the informed side. They were going for the playoffs. I was shocked to look at the league table to see Cardiff in 15th spot, and their form guide's been terrible. Cardiff fans, let me know what you think of your club and your team at the moment. I was really surprised by just how poor Cardiff's form has been. So Cardiff get their goal. You start to think, oh, Norwich, are they going to be nervous now? Are Cardiff going to really kind of go at Norwich? They don't. A few minutes later, Oliver Skipp, who put in another great performance, is fouled by Marlon Pack. And Marlon Pack gets sent off, a second yellow card, and it was right. The first yellow card was a clear yellow, and the second one was even more of a clear yellow. So Cardiff go down to 10 men, and from that point, Cardiff never really threatened, put a few balls in the box, but who's there to meet them? Grant Hanley, as always, who was my man in the match. I thought Grant was excellent, and of course got his goal as well. Norwich City on the counter-attack had a couple of good chances. Porheta, who came on off the bench, forced a save from the keeper. Todd Cantwell as well. Probably put his best performance in the season, fired a good shot towards the goal, and that was it. Norwich City seed out the game really well. Cardiff had a couple of corners towards the end, but they never really threatened. Dan Barden made a few comfortable saves in the game, couldn't do anything for the goal, but it was a really professional Norwich City victory, and it was a really, really satisfying one as well to continue this winning run. And we talk about game management in recent Norwich City games. Against QPR a few games back, we concede a late penalty and lose out on 2 points. Against Barnsley at home, the last game where Buendia scored that beautiful goal, Barnsley really should have scored with the last kick of the game, but Norwich City were really professional in this game and deserved the victory. Dan Barden, who came in and did a really good job. Could Norwich City be after a second choice goalkeeper? Possibly, but Dan Barden's done really well, and I'm looking forward to seeing Tim Krul back, of course, but well done to Barden. Hanley and Gibson, excellent at the back. Gibson, I've been so impressed by him. I think this is our best defensive partnership in several years. I mean, if they continue at this form, I could argue Grant Hanley and Ben Gibson have been the best partnership in my Norwich lifetime. They've been that good. Skipp was great. Kenny McLean's been fantastic recently. He's actually been one of the first names on the team sheet. He's been that good. Cantwell put one of his best performances in. Buendia was good. Hugo led the line really well in place of Pukki, and Rancic was good as well, getting the assist for the first goal. Really good Norwich City victory. All the players put in a good performance, and I'm absolutely delighted with it. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Cardiff 1, Norwich 2. Norwich City on 50 points and high flying in the Championship table. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.